Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Saturday, the 5th of June. Hi, I'm Paul and I'll be your host this morning. In the news today, we'll catch you up on how the Black Caps are going at the home of cricket in Lords. Also, we've got the second game of the NRL in what is a shortened round this round due to State of Origin next week. We've had two games in Super Rugby Trans-Tasman overnight, as well as the Phoenix final regular season game in the A-League. Basketball action, the NBA, the NBL, and the Sal's NBL, and also tennis from Roland Garros, as well as golf in the PGA Tour, European Tour, and LPGA with their second major of the year there in that one, and some Formula One news as well. This is your best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. And in the Formula One, unfortunately, the Singapore Grand Prix has had to be called off due to coronavirus and the travel restrictions into Singapore. They're looking at a number of options, including Turkey, the USA, and a number of others as for a replacement Grand Prix as they try and maintain a full schedule this year, although there are several races towards the last part of this year that are in question for the Formula One. So I think there's going to be a lot of rejigging there for the organisers of that. Moving on then to the golf and in the European Tour, we have got the European Open currently. Ryan Fox is in action in that one, but the scorecard is impossible to figure out how hasn't all the position numbers up, so we'll have to unfortunately bring you news of that one as Josh Geary is also in action in that one, both of them. So I have to bring you up to date on that one next tomorrow. Unfortunately, struggles there with the scorecard at the European Open. In the PGA, it's the Memorial Tournament over there, and Danny Lee is in action, but really struggling. Currently in 118th and last place at 12 over par. Clearly, he's going to be missing the cut for the weekend's playing this one. Morikawa is leading the way along with Damien. Both those guys at 6 under par, with a whole big chasing pack just a shot and 2 shots behind there. But the important action is the second major of the year, the US Women's Open, and in that one, Reed and Thompson currently lead the way at 4 under par in the second round. Unfortunately, Lydia Ko having a tough one. She was in good form before taking a break ahead of this tournament, and she, as I say, is struggling and off the pace in this one. Unless she's just made a comeback, so I can't find her name in it. There she is, tied 44th at 3 over par, so struggling this one. Also at 3 over par is Garvey, also in tied 44th place. So Garvey yet to get out in the second round, though. So our Kiwis not doing too well on the European Tour, on the golf tours at this weekend. Unfortunately, over in the tennis at Roland Garros, it's a similar story there that are the Kiwis have not done, have been struggling over there. Daniel and Oswald came up against Arnado and Pierre of Poland and France, and lost in the second round 6-0, 6-4. So they're out of Roland Garros. Also, the pairing of Venus with his Australian partner Piers, with a 10th seed up against Haas and Struff of Holland and Germany, came up short as well, losing 6-4, 7-6 in that one. So both Kiwis out of the tennis at Roland Garros, unfortunately. Moving on then to the basketball and over in the NBA, we've had a couple of the first round series decided. The Nuggets beat the Trailblazers 126-115 to go through 4-2. And the Suns beat the Lakers 113-100. That's right. LeBron James being knocked out in the first round. Again, the Phoenix winning there. The Phoenix Suns winning 4-2 in that one. That means now that on the eastern side, Philadelphia will play Atlanta in the semi-finals, and Milwaukee will face Brooklyn. The Bucks v the Nets there. The 76ers I forgot Atlanta's name is there. Utah Jazz through. They're waiting to see if they'll play the Clippers or the Mavericks. Mavericks currently leading that one 3-2. And then the final pairing on the western side sees Denver versus Phoenix in the conference semi-finals. So only one more team to decide there. Over in the NBL, and a bit of a surprise win as the Kings beat the Hawks 79-73 last night. Today, the Wildcats will be taking on Melbourne United at 11:30 p.m. That's the second playing first in that one. So a cracking game in the NBL, which obviously will bring you the result of tomorrow morning on the morning sports briefing at 7 a.m. Also, we've had the Sal's NBL and 3 games yesterday. The Auckland Huskies travelled down to New Plymouth to take on the Taranaki Mountaineers with a comfortable win, 106-84 there. The Hawke's Bay Hawks travelled up to Auckland to take on the Franklin Bulls with a comfortable win there as well, 110-73. But all eyes were on the Southland, second place Southland Sharks against the unbeaten Wellington Saints. Wellington Saints went down to Southland and were upset 84-70. So a 14-point win there by the Southland Sharks, pretty comfortable in the end. A great job on defense, restricting that Wellington Saints to only 70 points there. And the Southland Sharks have gone top of the table. But to be fair, they have played 10 games, whereas Wellington Saints have only played 7 so far. Wellington Saints with obviously 3 games in hand there, and possibly could climb back above Southland Sharks. The Saints are on a bit of a Southland tour and will be taking on the Canterbury Rams tomorrow night, whereas the Southland Sharks travel up to Otago to play the Nuggets. So both the top 2 in action today, as well. 7:30, both games at 7:30 p.m. So who will be top of the table after today? Join us tomorrow morning and we'll let you know. Moving on to the A-League, and the Wellington Phoenix took on MacArthur FC last night and won the game 3-0. There, a good win for the Phoenix, but let's be honest, it was a dead rubber, and it was too little, too late for the Phoenix, who finish in 7th place in the table, 1 point away from making it into the finals. But we knew they couldn't do that anyway. MacArthur FC will finish in 6th place in their inaugural season, so making it into the finals in their first ever season in the A-League. So congratulations to them. There still are a couple of games in that top 4 to decide what order they will finish in. Today we've got 3 games. The Brisbane Roar will take on Sydney FC. That's third, taking on second. Central Coast Mariners will travel to Western United. So 4th versus 10th. Nothing in it for Western United. And Newcastle Jets in a dead rubber will take on Perth Glory. That's 9th versus 12th. So neither side can make the playoffs, purely playing for pride down there in that one. In the cricket, and unfortunately yesterday it was rained off. So that means that they've lost a whole day of play there. So at the end of day 3, New Zealand still made 378 in their first innings. England are 267 runs behind at 11 for 2. In that 111, sorry, for 2 in that one. We'll have to wait and hope for better weather tonight and to see how they go in that one. Over in the rugby, and we had 2 games yesterday. The Crusaders took on the Western Force, and a lot of people were expecting a big win here for the Crusaders. This one finished 29-21. It was a late score by the Force to deny the Crusaders a try bonus point there, making it harder for them to make it into the Super Rugby Trans-Tasman final. Force a very spirited effort and a lot closer than a lot of people were thinking, but still got the loss. Over in Australia, the Blues travelled over to take on the Reds in Battle of the Colours in that one. And this one really saw the Blues take control of the game in the first half, where Paanga Amosa was yellow carded for collapsing a maul. 2 tries during that time led to a 17-7 lead in the at half time. The Blues then went on to win that one 24-31, pulled out to a 14-31 lead. A bit of a comeback there by the by the Reds at the end there. Got them within a score, but it wasn't enough as the Blues secured the win and went back top of the Trans-Tasman table. 2 more games today. The first one kicking off at 7 o'clock is the Highlanders host the Waratahs down in Dunedin. And then the Brumbies will be hosting the Hurricanes at 9:45 over in Canberra. Can the Hurricanes continue their perfect record and close the gap on the Blues, or even overtake the Blues at the top of the table? Or will the Brumbies pick up their first win of the season and in their first home game? Remember, all 3 of their games so far this tournament have been away in New Zealand. Finally, let's check in on the NRL, where West Tigers took on the Panthers. Took on the top of the table unbeaten Panthers and absolutely thumped them 26-6. The Panthers really having a tough one there in this weekend ahead of, the State of Origin. So a big win for the West Tigers in that one. Today, we've got the Storm taking on the Titans. That's at 9:35 p.m. You have now started the day the best way out with all the important sports news. Hope you're having a cracking weekend, folks. Stephen Harris is up in Whangarei for Northland's 100th anniversary, and so look out for interviews that he'll put up on the New Zealand Sports Radio Facebook page. And tomorrow I'll be down in Papamoa for some women's football as well. So keep an eye out for those as we get around the country reporting on sports, all for you guys.